the very definition of a one-match show. I'm John Rantham with my review of WWE Smackdown, and man, they put 99.9% of their efforts into building Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Video packages, wrestlers saying in little videos about who they think's going to win. Big entrances, all the hype in the goddamn world. New theme for Roman Reigns. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about that. But man, that was a pay-per-view worthy main event. 30 minutes, the stakes could not be higher. If Daniel Bryan wins, he continues to be on the blue brand, but as Universal Champion, he can give fresh blood a new shot. Or Roman Reigns will retain and continue his reign as head of the table, and Daniel Bryan will drop out of sight, out of WWE forever, or he'll just go to Raw, NXT 205 Live, or NXT UK to face off against Walter. Him versus Walter for the UK title will be really goddamn cool. His deal's up soon, so who knows? Maybe he takes a creative role backstage. Maybe he goes home to be a dad. Maybe he goes and does shots in New Japan, CMLL, and a few other places before he finishes out his career. Honestly, he's given his life to wrestling. His priorities have changed. He can go do what the fuck he wants to do. What do you think Daniel Bryan's going to do with his life? Let me know in the comments, please. Or at least the next year. Maybe not his life. Don't look that far into the future, but as far as his remaining future in wrestling. So anyway, the rest of the show wasn't all that good. In fact, it was kind of phoned in. In fact, it was kind of ridiculous. In fact, I won't go so far. If it hadn't been for the main event, I would have hated this episode. Short video talking about Reigns versus Bryan. Pat McAfee in the afterbirth. It is Michael Cole on commentary. I made no secret that I don't like Michael Cole. The day he's off commentary will be a day of celebration. Can we get an alternate feed where we just hear Pat McAfee call the goddamn wrestling like a sport, like it's supposed to be, and we don't have to hear the fucking stupid, worthless, motherfucking, brainless puppet that is Michael Cole parrot everything that Vince McMahon wants him to parrot? It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, let's be a little positive. Like Bianca. I hope she has a long run as SmackDown Women's Champion. It'll probably end at SummerSlam, but it is what it is. Bianca, really good for her. Really happy for her. Of course, she was greeted in the Thunderdome by the fake S chant. Seriously, the Thunderdome fake crowd noise is fucking ridiculous. She barely gets any words out before Rude and Ziggler interrupt. Then the Street Profits interrupt. And then Bayley shows up and just laughs at Bianca, gets punched out, and it's a melee, and there are bodies everywhere, but they're nowhere near the Benoit household. Ho-ho! Anyway, throwback SmackDown next week. Can we throw Michael Cole in the back of a trash truck like they did to Bischoff and just get rid of Michael Cole? I don't like Michael Cole in case you can't goddamn tell. So anyway, the Street Profits and Bianca versus Rude, Ziggler, and Bayley. It was fine. I also didn't give a shit. Bianca versus Bayley will be quite good at Backlash. I'm calling it Backlash, not WrestleMania Backlash. I'll call it WrestleMania Backlash on the review. So Splash on Rude, 1, 2, 3. Didn't care about a lot of these matches. So can we get more tag teams, please? For the love of fucking all that is goddamn decent, can we get more tag teams? Anyway, Kayla, I don't know why Kayla didn't change out of, house clothes. I mean, seriously, she looked great. She looked really fucking good. Really fucking distracting. But she was interviewing Daniel Bryan, and he says that when he beats Roman, he will give Cesaro a shot. Cool, I'd like to see that. We won't see it until Cesaro gets a shot at Roman Reigns at Backlash. And then Rollins is wearing a picnic blanket for whatever goddamn reason. He made it into a suit and says, well, Bryan will win. And then, hey, Cesaro, how about we have a rematch next week? Not at WrestleMania Backlash? Fuck, I'll just alternate between that because it's just so goddamn stupid. Anyway, so Natty and Tamina attack Shayna and Nia backstage while Reggie wears something so goddamn loud. Fucking hell, that was a goddamn loud suit. Anyway, so Natty and Tamina versus Shayna and Nia. Can we get more tag teams in the women's tag team division? Please, for the love of God. Are Ruby and Liv like in isolation somewhere? Or are they in a void of space? What the fuck is going on? I'm glad to see Natty get some television time. Tamina, she did one of the laziest Superfly splashes. I mean, that's the second laziest one. Her dad did one. The last one that he did sent him all the way to hell where he's fucking burning. And it's a good thing Jimmy Snuka is burning in hell for what he fucking did and got away with, killing Nancy Argentino. Fuck Jimmy Snuka. I'm glad he's dead. But Tamina is not her dad. She's just not very good in the ring, and I don't know why they're giving her this time when she's well past her physical prime. That, of course, is insinuating that she ever had a physical prime. But anyway, yeah. So Shayna got pinned. Why are they just protecting Nia so goddamn much? In these matches, at least. They're doing bad I just don't fucking get it. Anyway, Booker says the Reigns will win. Fox Aryan Nation promoting Tucker Carlson. The guy that's living proof of what happens when first cousins reproduce. Fuck Tucker Carlson and anything he goddamn stands for, which is racism, bigotry, homophobia, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the fact that little afterbirth piece of shit, that little goddamn, small dick prick is allowed to be on television is further proof that Fox, really, they're kind of devoid of human kindness. And yeah, that guy, karma's going to bite him in the ass one of these days. People are just going to be able to use his words against him in the worst way. He's not going to like it, and he's going to whine like his little buddy Trump, like he did recently in front of a crowd of very few people that wanted to watch the ramblings of a stupid, small-dicked man. I can't fucking wait until the day Tucker Carlson is off of television. But anyway, Ray and Dominic, they want to become the first father-son WWE Tag Team Champions. Good, whatever. All right. So we get a twisted story from Aleister Black. Something about judging people, something about high school, proms, college, white picket fences, and he could give you the keys to escape, but he won't. This is not going to work. Aleister is charismatic. This is not going to work. The storybook shit has not worked for Bray. It definitely didn't work for Xia Li and the Grudge Ghost. It ain't going to work here. So, we get Big E saying he will win the IC title back. He wants his baby back. And get your vaccine today, unless you believe Fox News or any of their affiliates. You can all rot in front of your inbred families for all I care. For only inbred stupid fucks would think that Fox News provides anything, reasonable. Or anything viable. Or anything that isn't soaked in a whole bunch of bigotry and white noise and everything. Emphasis on white noise. By the way, I don't care if I piss people off with that, because I'm going to mix my opinions in on this shit, and I really don't give a shit if anybody gets upset. I do this for fun. I don't do this for funds. So, Xavier and Kofi say that Bryan will win. Apollo with Commander Aziz Light. It's a stupid name, by the way. Versus Big E for the IC title. Aziz makes his presence known. Kinda. He kinda makes his presence known. Match is fine. Why the apron bump? Why does Big E insist on not walking? Big ending. Aziz, pulls him out of the ring. DQ. Owens runs in. Zayn then kicks him in the head and then hands the title to Apollo. No, it's okay. And then Aziz hits the Nigerian nail. And that's it. That's it right there. So one hardly needs to go on. Miz says the Roman will win in a really, really glitchy video. Was he filming it in a goddamn closet with no internet? So Cesaro then says, Cesaro says Bryan will win, then he will take on Seth next week. And let's hear it for Heyman. And he says, Daniel Bryan doing all the yes, but will he beat Roman Reigns? No. And he was distracted by Kayla. Again, I don't blame him. Also, everybody is taken to picking on the new girl, Megan, pretty quickly. They're already pretty much just knocking her back like, oh, you don't matter. What the hell are you even doing here? That's how they seem to be treating her. Anyway, never taking no for an answer. But what the fuck? Bryan isn't Riddle, allegedly. What the fuck was Corbin wearing when he did that video talking about who would win the match? And what in the elevator dubstep was that theme for Roman Reigns? I don't mind new shit, but I don't know how much effort and thought they put into making that theme happen, but more would have helped. That was really not very good. In fact, it was pretty goddamn shitty. Now, they're giving us 30 minutes. Bryan versus Roman, good shit. I'm not going to get into too many details about about going move for move on this. Universal Championship, Roman's title versus Bryan's career on SmackDown. Bryan will be banished from SmackDown, and as we know, all these banishings and retirements always mean the world in wrestling. Nobody's ever gone back on any of that stuff, but I think Bryan would, stick to this because he's near the end of his career, and he feels that he should go. And to be fair, he also, again, priorities changing. Maybe he wants to go home and be with his family, could raise his kids. So, we get a big fight feel, arm focused by Bryan, so that would make, the guillotine choke a little bit hard because he focused on the right arm. He focused on, the main arm, the dominant arm, the arm where he inserts his dominance. Powerbomb off the ropes by Reigns for 2. That was good stuff. Roman keeps the beatdown going. Back suplex off the ropes by Daniel Bryan. Spear through the barricade and break. Well, just one more diving headbutt. Couldn't hurt. And then we go to a crossface. Gee, I think, hide your kids. Hide your wives. Hide your wives. Apparently Sister Wives is back. Apparently we're in Utah. So anyway, hide all my friends in Utah. So I'm not saying all of you. I just don't get the whole thing of having more than one wife. So, spear for 2. Arm lock into the key lock. Beautifully done. Daniel Bryan still has it. Pounding and fisting Bryan from behind. Man, Bree's probably just wondering, what the hell? Come on, Nikki! As I make a fist here for no reason. Guillotine and bye-bye Bryan. Man, that was a good line by Pat McAfee. That was good shit. Roman wins. LOL. No, I'm kidding. Of course he was going to win. It was obvious he was going to win. Cesaro stops Roman from hitting him with a chair, and then, just brutally fists, Roman. A lot of fists. I got fisting on the brain lately. Jay attacks and then holds him in the ropes, and Daniel Bryan gets a concerto, and that's pretty much it. That's really it right there. It wasn't that it was a bad show. It's just that main event was really it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think Daniel Bryan's going to go? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rethlin. I'll see you soon.